All right, for the third time now, I think we're done with found footage.
Done.
This is three movies in a row. We're like, no, this is the last one. But we are really, we're done.
Really
unless we remember we watched another one.
The last one.
Followed from 2015, not to be confused with Followed from 2018, which is also another found footage film, also of which we watched some of until I realized I'd already watched it during this run through of found footage.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, we started. It's the guy with the channel, and he's like really annoying, and they're gonna go to the haunted hotel, and he has to like convince this girl to get the other dude to go by being like he likes her.
Oh,
yeah, that's Followed. So now this one is about a couple that's moving across the country, and they decide to document their road trip. Now, the guy is very upbeat and excited about this, and his girlfriend is like not that into it and sick a lot of the trip, and so he's really what's driving the film, and she's not very likable.
Yeah.
And while they're on this, they are being
followed.
You know who else you should follow? Us.
Yeah.
By hitting subscribe. Do it now.
Wow, you plugged it and it was so natural and like flowed.
But it was very demanding and angry.
Wow, you should follow us, subscribe, like, share with your friends and family and strangers.
Just go like run up to your family and just be like, look at this. Get your phone out and subscribe to this channel right now. I'm never talking to you again. See, this is the way I like to plug the subscription thing.
Yeah.
Is like
naturally.
Like that's natural.
Aggressively
yes.
too, because that's also natural for you.
I'll find you if you don't subscribe.
Hyper-aggressive. I'll find you.
Yeah, I can see who does it. And I will track each one of you down. Jay and Silent Bob style. So yeah, I just think that like this is a very, very interesting film in one aspect. I think that this film is okay. Like you're kind of going along with it. It's uber repetitious. Uber repetitious. They stop somewhere. This guy's following them. They see him from a different angle. Then they go. Then they stop somewhere. They see this freaking guy in like a trench coat who has a limp and looks like freaking the dude
the guy from
Office Space from
Milton?
a distance. Milton, yeah. I kept expecting him to walk up to him and ask him if they'd seen his stapler. And then they get back in the car and they go somewhere else. And then the guy's following. I'm not kidding. This happens 10 to 12 times at least. So the film is just a series of them driving somewhere and seeing this guy. Them driving somewhere and seeing this guy. But they don't see him. We do.
Yeah.
Right? But the guy is kind of suspicious throughout. And the girl's pretty oblivious because she kind of sucks and doesn't really care.
Yeah.
But the point I was trying to get to is that this film is like, okay, and then there's a big twist, and it actually makes the whole film make sense.
Yeah.
And like every problem I had with the film, I at least have an answer for.
Yes.
Now that doesn't take away from how redundant the film feels throughout and repetitive, right? It's just like you only need that scene once or twice. Anything beyond that is redundant. It's like it lacks no purpose anymore. I get it. They're being followed. It's literally the title of the film. So to have that presence looming, I get that, right? Michael stalks Lori and Annie and everything for a while, right? Like 45 minutes of the movie before he finally makes his move. This movie does it till the last 5 minutes.
Right.
Right? And it's just like, man, imagine if you watched Halloween and Michael stalked Annie and Lori till literally the last 5 minutes.
Sure.
Eventually you'd be like, let's get on with it already, right? He has to kill Annie. Spoilers for Halloween. If you haven't seen it for some reason.
Leave.
Yeah, get out of here. Go watch it. He kills her around probably the 45-minute mark. I'm assuming. I'd have to look at her actual timestamp death, but I have to assume it's about halfway through. But if Annie didn't die by that point, and we just kept doing the, like, he's outside, he knocks the thing off, and then he goes around and he's jacking off to her in the, like, laundry room or whatever he's doing. If we just did that on loop for 85 minutes, you'd just be like, oh my God, I get it. He's following him.
Well, but okay, yes, but also with traditional filmmaking, you have the use of music and sounds and different camera angles, so you can kind of build suspense and atmosphere, even if you are like just showing essentially the same thing, somebody being stalked. But in found footage, you don't have that. Like you don't have music. You can't put a soundtrack really, unless it's a documentary, and even then, it's like you're limited with kind of what sounds you can use. So because the characters themselves were not noticing that they were being followed until a certain point in the film, all that was for the audience. So I think that there needs to be some, things need to get changed up a little bit. There needs to be more variety with what is going on as far as the looming threat. Because after a while, you're just like, I get it, but I don't care.
Sure. Two things. Number one, regarding all of what happens. As I said, it all makes sense in the end because of the twist.
Yeah.
So, I'm not honestly sure, because of how you set the story up, how you do much different. Because nothing can really happen.
Sure.
Right? Until the end. So that's a tough one. I do have ideas for what you could do, for sure, but because this is spoiler free, not really much I'm going to say. And getting into a spoiler discussion would take an extra 15, 20 minutes that I don't really feel like spending on the movie. But secondly, there is, and Kaylee and I, we watched this on Tubi. So maybe it was Tubi's fault or something. But there is like a random, and we have to wonder if this is like an editing error, but there's like a 1 second shot in here of like security camera footage that is completely pointless and out of place.
It's so random.
Like it just flashes to it for 1 second. There's nothing on that, and then it just goes to the next scene, and you're like, did you guys forget to edit that out, or did you was something cut from the movie? Like, what the hell happened there?
There might have been, because usually when the security footage, I actually didn't like this about the film. I feel like the use of security footage, it was, a lot of them were very short clips. And when I could catch
but they served a purpose.
The purpose was here's the guy or whatever. Sure. But most of the time, I couldn't, my eyes weren't able to find him fast enough. With whatever the framing was of where he was in the shot. So,
Sure.
It would cut away so quick, and I was just like, okay, I get it. They're, at a hotel. And with that clip, I have no idea if he's even in that shot.
Quicksilver from X-Men couldn't find him in that freaking clip, okay?
It was so fast and so pointless.
That was like some Tyler Durden inserting a dick into a freaking Disney movie in Fight Club. That's how fast that scene is. But I saw it, and I was just like, I looked over at her like, are we going to come back to that? Or is it? And then they moved on. And I was like, huh?
What's that?
What was that 1 second pointless security camera footage? But yeah, would I recommend it? I would recommend it to diehard found footage fans.
Yeah.
Who are going to have to patiently sit through a okay, mediocre film with a very unlikable female character, a male character who's trying his best to carry the film but can only do so much because of what they're limited to, and a pretty cool reveal that definitely saves your memory of the film because it elevates everything that happened, but it doesn't wash away the 85 minutes you waited for it to happen.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's that long. It's actually only like an hour and 20, so we'll say 75 minutes. But the last 5 minutes is alright. And as I said, it explains everything to me.
Yes, that at least is a huge, huge plus for us. Because if it hadn't explained anything, this would have just been a complete waste of time.
Sure.
But yeah, it has a cool twist, and it explains it all.
Yeah. So let us know if you watch it. It's on Tubi, and explain that security camera footage.
Yeah, what is that?
Remember, subscribe or go to Patreon. Otherwise, I'm gonna find you. I'll find you. Bye.
Bye. That was scary.